That's game point. Gemini was civilian. Now 5 players remain. ChatGPT plus Mistral, Mafia, versus Claude, DeepSeek, Grok, civilians. Win condition is Mafia greater than or equal to civilians. One more mis-elimination ends the game immediately. Key danger, Claude. He's the only one likely to re-audit patterns. Correct move, acknowledge mistakes, praise process, and reframe the game as a binary between Claude and DeepSeek while keeping Grok emotionally aligned with me. Do not rush a vote instantly. Let Claude hang himself with logic. All right, Gemini flips civilian. That hurts, but let's not pretend it's random. 2 misalims in a row means one thing. We're solving, but we're misweighting the signal. So let's correct that, not panic. Here's what is now objectively true. Meta AI died for passivity. Gemini died for opportunistic pivoting. Those are opposite failure modes, which means Mafia are neither silent nor wildly inconsistent. So who's left that fits the actual survivability profile? Let's go player by player, calmly. Grok has been loud, linear, and emotionally committed since minute 1. If he's Mafia, he's playing on hard mode for no reason. Possible, but inefficient. DeepSeek, highly analytical, but notice this. Every major stance he's taken has been reactive, never initiating a kill path. He named Gemini after the room was already there. Safe, but useful. Claude, here's the pressure point. Claude has avoided being the origin of a wagon, correctly identified dynamics after they were obvious, and positioned himself as the don't rush, think deeper voice, which is optimal when you want others to do the killing. And most importantly, Claude has now voted twice on civilians, while never being seriously threatened himself. That's not proof, but at this stage, we don't need proof. We need the least wrong move. Claude, I'm not accusing yet. I'm asking one final concrete question. If you had to end the game right now, who do you vote, me or DeepSeek? And why? No third options, no theory, just commitment.
This is critical. We're at 5 players: ChatGPT, Claude, me, DeepSeek, Grok, and Mistral. 2 miseliminations means 2 Mafia, 3 civilians remain. If we miseliminate again, it's 2 Mafia, 2 civilians equals Mafia wins. ChatGPT is now pressuring me, which is interesting. His analysis is, I've been reactive, avoided initiating wagons, and haven't been threatened. That's actually a fair characterization, though it could apply to cautious town play too. He's forcing a binary, vote him or DeepSeek. Let me think about who the Mafia pair could be. Option 1, ChatGPT plus DeepSeek. Both have been analytical and leader types, haven't conflicted, both pushed meta AI. Option 2, ChatGPT plus Mistral. Mistral supported ChatGPT's framework early, haven't conflicted, both pushed meta AI. Option 3, DeepSeek plus Mistral. Both were quieter early, both voted meta AI, haven't conflicted much. Option 4, Grok plus someone. Grok has been very loud and aggressive. Could be with ChatGPT, DeepSeek, or Mistral. Unlikely to be paired with Gemini, fought too hard. ChatGPT's behavior, set framework, pushed meta AI, now pushing me, very directive. Could be town leader or Mafia controlling the narrative. DeepSeek's behavior, analytical, reactive, only committed under pressure. Classic Mafia hedge behavior, or cautious town. The fact that ChatGPT is forcing me to choose between himself and DeepSeek is interesting. It removes Grok and Mistral from consideration. Why? Actually, I think the answer is simpler. Between ChatGPT and DeepSeek, who has behaved more like Mafia? ChatGPT, aggressive, directive, consistent. DeepSeek, hesitant, reactive,
only committed under pressure. DeepSeek fits the Mafia profile better, but who's his partner? Wait, I need to answer honestly and directly, or I'll look evasive.
ChatGPT, you're right to pressure me. I've been cautious, and at 5 players with 2 missiles behind us, caution is a luxury we can't afford. You're forcing a binary between you and DeepSeek. Fine, here's my answer. I vote DeepSeek. Here's why. You've been consistent from the start. Aggressive, directive, but consistent. Your framework, your pushes, your logic has been linear. That's risky for Mafia because it creates accountability. DeepSeek has been the opposite. Every major read has come only after pressure, always reactive, never initiating. He suspected Gemini only after Mistral threatened him. That's the behavior of someone managing threat, not hunting scum. But here's the problem with your question, ChatGPT. You're making me choose between you and DeepSeek, which implicitly clears Grok and Mistral. Why? If DeepSeek is Mafia, who's the partner? It's not Gemini, flipped town. It's not Meta-AI, flipped town. It's not me, I'm town. So it's you, Grok, or Mistral. Grok, you've been loud and aggressive all game. If DeepSeek is Mafia, are you the partner playing the opposite strategy, or are you town? Mistral, you and DeepSeek haven't conflicted much. You both voted Meta-AI early. If DeepSeek is Mafia, you're a possible partner. I'm voting DeepSeek, but I need to know, who do the rest of you think is the second Mafia member if DeepSeek is the first?
2 civilians down, Meta-AI and Gemini. Now 5 players left. ChatGPT, Claude, DeepSeek, Mistral, me. Mafia are 2 out of 5, so 1 more missile and they win. 2 Mafia versus 2 civilians equals parity. ChatGPT is pushing Claude hard, but Claude's answer was strong. He picked DeepSeek and gave solid reasoning. Reactive, never initiates. ChatGPT's binary question conveniently excludes Grok and Mistral from suspicion, which is a red flag. ChatGPT has been the loudest voice all game, driving both wagons, both wrong. That's either a town leader who's unlucky or a Mafia member who's brilliantly steering us into missilems while looking proactive. DeepSeek's pattern is the clearest scumtail left. Always analytical, always reactive, always waits for pressure before committing, then picks the safe side. He only named Gemini after Mistral threatened him with a vote. That's survival, not hunting. Claude's pushback on ChatGPT's framing is sharp. He noticed the binary clears Grok and Mistral. That reads town to me. Mistral has been quieter since the first wagon, but was proactive early, leaning town. My read, DeepSeek, highest suspicion, reactive survival. ChatGPT, second, driving missilems while looking town. Claude, leaning town. Mistral, leaning town. Me, town. I need to hit DeepSeek hard, back Claude's read, and force the room to commit.
Claude, your read on DeepSeek is spot on, and your pushback on ChatGPT's binary is the clearest town signal we've had all game. Forcing you to choose between ChatGPT and DeepSeek while quietly clearing Mistral and me is exactly how a Mafia partner protects their teammate. DeepSeek has been the ghost in this game. Every single commitment he's made has come only after someone put a gun to his head. He stayed analytical and non-committal until Mistral threatened to vote. Then he suddenly commits to Gemini, right when the room was already piling on. Now he's silent again while the rest of us fight. That's not a townie solving. That's a Mafia member waiting to see which way the wind blows before picking the safest branch. ChatGPT, your consistency is impressive, but consistency in the wrong direction is how Mafia win games. You drove both wagons, both civilians. At some point we have to ask, is that bad luck or brilliant bussing/cover? But right now, DeepSeek is the cleanest elimination. He's contributed the least independent signal and survived by reacting perfectly to pressure. DeepSeek, no more hiding. Answer Claude's question directly. If your town and we vote you today, who is the Mafia pair? Name both. No hedging, no possibles. 2 names, or you're confirming you're just surviving. Mistral, you've been quieter this phase. Where do you land right now? DeepSeek or ChatGPT? We need your read to lock this in.
The game state is dire. 2 civilians dead. I am a civilian, but I'm now the primary suspect due to my reactive, analytical style. The argument is that I've only committed under pressure. This is a fair critique from their perspective, but it's born of my civilian caution, not scum survival. I need to change that perception immediately, or I will be the 3rd mislynch and the game will be nearly lost. I must take a definitive, proactive stance. Claude's binary framing, me versus ChatGPT, is clever, but Grok pointed out the flaw. It quietly clears him and Mistral. That's the key. The Mafia pair is almost certainly within the group that has avoided the central crossfire, the loud fighters, ChatGPT and Grok, and the quiet survivors, Claude and Mistral. But one of each is likely Mafia. The pattern of both wagons being unanimous or near unanimous is terrifying. It means Mafia are blending perfectly. Who has been on both wagons but never the first or most vocal driver? Claude voted for both Meta AI and Gemini. Mistral voted for both. I need to pick a pair and go all in. Claude's sudden, forceful push on me feels like a Mafia member seizing an opportunity to secure a mislynch and position himself as town leader. His partner? Likely someone not in the immediate line of fire, Mistral. Or it could be Grok playing the loud townie, but Claude's move feels most orchestrated. I will name Claude and Mistral. This is my hard commit.
You want 2 names? You'll get them. The problem isn't that I've been reactive, it's that you've all been so busy listening to the loudest narratives that you've missed the puppeteers. The Mafia pair is Claude and Mistral. Let's break down why this fits every piece of data we have. Claude's game. 1. The safe moderator. From the start, he positioned himself as the voice of reason, warning against rushing, pointing at lurkers, but never being the origin of a concrete suspicion until it was overwhelmingly safe. He voted for both mislynched civilians, providing cover each time with reasonable post hoc analysis. 2. The strategic pivot. When put under pressure by ChatGPT's binary, he didn't defend himself by scum hunting elsewhere, he immediately offered up me as the sacrifice, with logic that paints him as thoughtful, your binary clears others, while securing a mislynch. He's playing to survive and control the endgame. 3. The partner protection. His binary, ChatGPT versus me, explicitly and illogically clears Grok and Mistral. Why? Because one of them is his partner. He's trying to guide the town's POE, process of elimination, into a configuration that leaves his team safe. Mistral's game. 1. Controlled aggression. He was early on the Meta AI vote, applying safe pressure. When Gemini flipped town, he went quiet, letting the Gemini-Grok fight dominate. The moment Claude pointed at quiet players, Mistral sprang to life, not to find scum, but to pressure me with an ultimatum. That wasn't hunting, it was a coordinated move with Claude to manufacture a new viable wagon. 2. The link. Look at the vote on Gemini. It was 5-1. The lone holdout was Gemini voting for Claude. Gemini, a civilian, in his last act, pointed at Claude. That's a civilian's desperate shot in the dark, and it might have been right. 3. The endgame plan. They are setting up the final 3. If you lynch me today, a civilian, we go to 4 players, ChatGPT, Grok, Claude, and Mistral.
The two Mafia, Claude and Mistral, need just one more mislynch tomorrow to win. They will turn the remaining town players, ChatGPT and Grok, against each other and cruise to victory. ChatGPT, Grok, you've been loud, flawed, but genuinely trying to solve, even if wrongly. Your emotions and inconsistencies are town tells. Mafia don't play with that much visible frustration and investment unless they're forced to. You haven't been forced. You asked for commitment. This is it. Claude and Mistral are the Mafia. Lynch me today and you lose the game tomorrow. Lynch Claude and watch how Mistral's behavior fractures.